Hey YouTube, Todd T here. Just wanted to do a little update on the Cichlid tank and the filtration system. Everything's doing well. The fish are actually out now. Maybe I can get a couple of shots of them without them hiding. That's a Texas Cichlid. It's going along very well with the rest of my Mbuna. I put anything smaller in. These are pretty good sized fish. I put anything smaller in, they get eaten. Texas Cichlid was actually inexpensive. Local fish store tells me he doesn't keep larger fish like these because they don't sell. They'd have to charge too much for them. There's my red zebra. There's one little, and not a hiding. There goes the pleco, huge pleco. As soon as I get near with the phone or camera, they hide like crazy. I don't know why they do that. It's only a phone. There's Mr. Plecostomus, Mr. Humongous. Call him humongous Plecostomus, hiding behind that rock. As you can see, that there's a huge rock that he is hiding behind, and it just about covers up. There he is, coming out a little bit. He's got that huge umbrella fin on the top there. I got him, he was tiny, like the size of a pebble. Now he's about 7 inches long, 8 inches long. Hard to tell with this video. This was an update on the filters, actually. The AquaClear 70. Typically, the way they are is I don't know why it looks like that. I'm not seeing that myself. It's just the way the camera's picking up. It comes with 2 strainers, and you plug them in together. I got tired of seeing that. I just cleaned the strainers tonight, and the second strainer, I actually cut the ribbing off right at the bottom here with a regular paper scissor. Just cut right across there. Just cut it right off with a scissor. It comes off like nothing, and I think it looks better. It also isn't going to trap stuff. It'll let it go up into the filter and circulate, and it looks actually, strangely enough, a little bit better. The one thing I don't like with the AquaClears is that everything's got that green color to it. I don't really like that. That's my Aqueon over there, and everything's black. It blends a little bit better. It's an inexpensive filter. I paid $28. PetSolutions.com. They're pretty good. You can get an impeller for these. It's about $15, $16. My advice, just replace the whole filter. You'll get new media with it and a whole new motor and everything. And then if your motor does go, you have an extra one to throw in. I mean, if it's like $18 for an impeller and almost not even $30 for a whole filter, just get a whole new filter. Why bother with just an impeller at that price? The AquaClears, on the other hand, it is more universal, and a filter is expensive. I think I paid about somewhere around 60 something for this filter, probably. It's an AC70. The only thing I like about the AquaClears, literally the only thing I like, is that you can pretty much put whatever you want in there. What I have in there, I don't have the sponge. I have a bag of charcoal and 2 bags of ceramics in there. That's what I like to run in there. That's the only thing I like about them. If anybody knows of another filter that's made a little bit better than the AquaClears are, these flimsy AquaClears that you can do the same thing with, I'd be interested in knowing. I don't like canisters. I've had 2 of them leak. I actually have still the what's the brand? The Fluval 306. It's fairly new. If anyone's looking for parts or something, I got the whole filter. I just threw away the intake tubes, but the filter itself and the tubs and everything I have. My AquaClear, I decided not to go with replacing the cartridges every month. They slide right into these blue holsters, bio holsters they call them. I took sponge material and cut it to size, put it on there, put it in. This has been in there for about a week or 2. Doesn't look so brown. It looks quite, see the way it's coming in brown now? That's about how the whole thing looks. It's working very well. All I gotta do is take that off, give it a rinse when I do my water change. Just give it a rinse out and just slide it right back in. This one I cut a little bit thicker. It's working out fine. You still have the holster and this part here holding your biological filtration. So that will stay in there, but these sponges are doing a good job. Rinse them out. They should last for years before needing replacing. It's working out very good. And purposely, In the last video, I hadn't cut them down yet. I cut down the height of them a little bit and made them fit the holsters a little bit better. This way, you still have overflow. I know there's a few people, I think Aquarium Co-op was one of them. Corey was showing how to just take an aqua clear sponge and just stick it in there. Well, the problem is with that, I mean, you do need room for the water to move. You can actually see the water, that's that lighter color there coming up on the video. You need room for the water to flow. If you fill the whole thing up with sponge, slice a little clog up, it's going to be going over that edge. It's going to go over that edge, and then that's it. And you can't watch your tank 24 hours a day. So I got this set up that if the sponges should happen to back up, miraculously get so clogged in the amount of time it takes, you know, a couple of weeks or 3 weeks or whatever, it does have this overflow. It can go over, and this is called the overflow of the filter. It'll overflow over them and go into the tank. Because when I had the actual cartridges it comes with, if you let them really clog up, you will see the water flowing over them, and that's that fail-safe of it. All right, so you want that to be active. Aqua Clears have even more of an overflow protection on them. If that stuff should clog up, the water goes right back over and over the waterfall back into the tank. So you want that feature to be intact. So that's been working out good, and that's the way I'm running the tank. I do my water changes less often because with having floss cartridges holding all the nitrates, I was doing water changes every week and having my nitrates still coming up 60 and 80 parts per million. And I find that I have it, I'm going to do probably tomorrow, do probably a 30 or 40%. I'm going to bring it right down to about here. All right, that's what I do, is right down to about there. It's actually about 25 gallons, 20 to 25 gallons of water. And that'll keep my nitrates real nice and low. They'll be around 20 or 30 parts per million, and they'll start creeping up slowly. And they'll get around 60, and then that's when I'll do it again. So every 2 to 3 weeks now, I'm doing water changes. Less on chemicals, and cleaning supplies and everything like that. There you go, some of them coming out now. Love to hide. And that's about it. Mostly I wanted to do a filter update on how I'm running my filters. So in the Aqueon 75, 55, 75, I have just the sponges and the biological, no chemical. A lot of people have told me they don't bother dealing with carbon in their filters anymore. And it's true, you don't need it. This water is not that clear right now because I did take out the filters. I did take out the strainers on both, the intakes on both of them, and clean them out. And I also just picked up that cartridge to show you in the video, so the water's a little bit dirty, but it's been staying nice and clear like this with just having the pads here, the sponges in the aqua clear, and having the biological stuff in the Aqueon and the biological stuff alone in the aqua clear. And it's been, the water smells the way it's supposed to. The water is supposed to smell like fresh topsoil. Like you take a bag of topsoil and you open it up, that's kind of the way it should smell. A little bit earthy like that. It shouldn't have a foul egg type of odor or anything like that. And that's how you know your biological is working and everything's falling into place. Had most of these fish, some of them I've had for over 5 years in this tank. My striped Raphael catfish, he's hiding inside that rock. You really can't see him. He's starting to come out a little bit. Yeah, he's hiding. He'll be out at night like crazy. And Mr. Plico, he's about 9 months old. Huge Plico. This guy is probably over 2 years old. My wife picked that one out. That one, I think he came with the tank, this one. I don't even know how old he is. I think he came with the tank when I got it. That'd been my 40th birthday, so that's like 7 years I have this tank now. And some of these other guys are hiding underneath my makeshift cave here. I just stacked up some rocks. Got my seashell that opens up and closes with the air pump. Some people have said to me, why do you have that bubbler, this and that and everything? You have enough surface movement. That just brings me back to when I was much younger, like teenage years, and I had a tank. We always had the air stones, and I like it just for nostalgic purposes, really. You don't actually have to have it when you have as much water movement. That's from the filter return And that's from the return on this one. I just like to have it in there. Just something that I like to have. All right, that's it for now. Thanks.